Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is one of the best movies of 2022, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Specifically, I got 3 major reasons. But considering we are talking about a stop-motion animation project, I got another question for you. Don't cheat, just leave your guess in the comments down below. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you the answer at the end of the video, and if enough people get it right in the comments, I'm gonna give a random winner a gift card of their choice worth $20. And of course, I'm gonna shout them out at the next video. Before we begin our little exploration of Marcel, you may have noticed I have a different background going on. And that is because I am in sunny California visiting my boy Nick because we're doing some amazing stuff together. He has got a banging ass setup behind me focused on gaming and of course anime. Oh my god, I am the king of segues because speaking of animation, let's talk about Marcel. In case you didn't know, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is based on a series of shorts that were published on YouTube around 2010. They were made by Dean Fleischer Camp and Jenny Slate, who are conveniently also acting in this project. Marcel is an anthropomorphic shelf who is living in a house which is now turned into an Airbnb. He has lived in the shadow of this couple that is now broken up, and he and his grandma are the only 2 shells left in the entire property. And oh boy, what a journey it is, because Marcel has to find his family. And that leads us into the first big reason of why this film is such a success. It has the perfect blend of humor and drama. Mi hermano, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I was laughing my butt off at the theater the entire runtime of this movie, and every other character in the story is just a hug for the soul. The relationship between this filmmaker and an anthropomorphic shelf is the absolute core of the film. Thing is, they don't use the humor just to create levity. It actually serves as a conduit to move the rest of the plot forward. They both experience the world in completely different ways. Take the house, for example. What Dean takes for granted in just being a random sock drawer is essentially the home or maybe the backyard for Marcel and his grandma. Just as Marcel is focusing on his journey to actually find his family, Dean is trying to build one because he's still just lost. This little shell is learning to experience the world as a regular human would, and the human is actually learning to appreciate the small things in life. Trust me, the humor is gonna have you cracking up, but whenever it gets serious, you are going to be crying in the seat. This tonal duality between humor and introspection is also helped greatly by the cinematography and the artistic choices made by the production team, which leads to reason numero dos of why this thing is such a banger, which in my estimation is the elite blend of stop motion animation and live action. Art of stop motion is in absolute full display over here. The water, the expressions, the mouthing of the different shells talking, the way that they interact with the smallest elements in the room, whether it be a pot, a pencil, a coin, a tennis ball. It doesn't even extend only to inanimate objects. There are interactions with real life beings. And thankfully, it doesn't cross into the uncanny valley. You quite literally feel like Marcel and his grandma are there. This physical connection makes them feel alive, as if Dean is just entering this brand new world that can just coexist between reality and fiction. I was fully immersed the entire way through. And during the biggest set piece, which in my estimation is the interview that we see from the trailers, this is where true greatness of the cinematography really takes place. From watching stop motion on a real life set, to watching it on YouTube, to watching it on a television, it is just perfection. Of course, none of this would be possible without focusing on one central theme, which is my reason number 3. The story itself has multiple avenues. You have the aspect of camaraderie, friendship, but the most important one is that this is a story about family. That deep feeling of longing to be with your loved ones, to try to rescue them from their inevitable doom, and in the case of Dean, trying to forge a new one as your previous one was unfortunately cut short. As I'm sitting here, I'm actually trying extremely hard to find something that I didn't enjoy about the film. It's an adorable, colorful experience focused on building a community and finding your family. What's not to love? To me, the only downside is that I didn't see more, because this was a total, profound self-reflection experiment. It truly makes you ponder on, are you truly living the life that you want to experience? Have you told the ones that you love how important they are to you recently? What would happen if you suddenly lost them? How far would you be willing to go to reunite with those that you love? Sidebar, I just realized this is Dean Fleischer Camp's directorial debut in terms of like feature films. And it is beautiful. An amazing start to a hopefully great career. And I cannot stress this enough. Jenny Slate's performance as Marcel is absolutely jaw-dropping. She does not miss a single beat. It looks like she's right there with Dean. Overall, this was one of my favorite movies of the year, and it is instantly in my top 10. It follows a very simple and cohesive story, sprinkled with a lot of humor and obviously some poignant self-reflection. It made me laugh, it made me cry, and it made me think about all of the beautiful opportunities that I might be missing by just sticking in my head and not living in the moment. I think it would be doing this film a disservice to just try to, package it in a simple rating, but truthfully, this film is straight up like a 9.3 out of 10. You know what? I'm gonna bump it up to a 9.5. This thing was almost perfect. Maybe if it had a compelling villain, the story would be a little bit more intense, but honestly, it doesn't even need one. You know exactly what we have to do. This earned the Tropical Squad seal of approval for rewatchability. As a matter of fact, I might go watch it again very soon, but there is something else that we have to deal with. Did you make your guess already? Did you leave it in the comments down below? Because I'm gonna give you the answer right now. The highest grossing stop motion animation film of all time was released in 2000, and it's one of my favorite animated movies of all time. It is Chicken Run. Honestly, Papa, that movie deserves its own video because that bad boy cracked $224 million at the box office. That thing was racking in the dough. So if you want to have a chance at earning that $20 gift card of your choice, make sure to share this video with your friends and tell them, leave the comment down below and wait till the end of the video to see if you're a winner. And of course, mi familia, as always, thank you so much for the support. The best thing that you can do to support my channel is just leave a like, subscribe with the notification bell on so you can get instant notice for whenever I go live or whenever I post a video. I'm going to be streaming some of the best games of the year, including Multiverses, God of War, and everything else that comes around the sun right here on this channel. Hold up, wait, before we leave, I wanted to give a big shout out to Nick for letting me stay in his home and obviously letting me take part in his beautiful journey and his beautiful setup. So if you want to spread some of the love that you're giving me, you can also share it with him. He's got multiple channels, with his main one being NC Hammer 23. He covers a lot of anime videos, but he's also got gaming channels and a collectibles channel, which, as you can see, is filled with some top tier shit. I'm gonna leave his handles somewhere over here, or better yet, my beautiful editor is going to do that. But then again, that is all it from me, familia. So as always, just crack a smile, ride the wave, and I'll see you on the next one. Blah!